So sir, you've always, even हमारे workshop के time पे, you always emphasized on the importance of spirituality to train to become an actor, to train to become a better actor. So I'd like to know more about that, because this is something that I did not expect that, you know.
So I think I won't say spirituality, I would just say self-growth. Because when we say spirituality, then it becomes, then people start thinking of it as something else. But we are not doing that something else. You know, it's not about any religion, it's not about any cult, it's not about, you know, the moh maya bakwas hai. It's got nothing to do with those things. It's just that coming to your truest nature, which is within you. The one way is that you train people in the craft, but it can only go so far, because a craft will not make somebody learn or go beyond their limitations as an actor. Because acting actually comes from you, which is the self. So most often we are not able to go beyond a certain limit because we are stuck somewhere in our own self. You know, like if I take the most basic example, being that you're very shut as a person, and as an actor you sometimes need to be a very open, fluid person, and that's your job. Your job as the character when you're playing that is to be open and fluid and expressive, but as a person you have that limitation inside you. So it's not like you were taught a certain craft to become expressive. You have to understand, why is this person not expressive in life? Why is this person not open in life? And that's what you need to work on. Not the acting. The acting will by default get better. It's your limitation as a person that is not allowing you to reach there. And that's why we work on working on the self, because by working on the self we work on acting. So the limitations are always in the self, you know, and often there are self-imposed limitations, or they're imposed by certain constructs of the mind that we have made for ourselves, certain concepts of who I am that are there in our mind. And when we go beyond that concept of who I am in the mind intellectually, is when I become like completely open to the possibilities of who I can be. So that's why we work on, you know, the self more than we work on acting, because acting is just, it's just craft. You can learn craft anywhere. It's not like rocket science, you know, it's not that complicated. So we just call it being with yourself, you know, because the kind of times that we are living in, it's very difficult to just be with yourself.
So one of the things that I actually also learned from you whilst attending your workshop is actually you just took a load off my back, where you said ki the result is really not in your control. I mean, we're all conditioned to believe that the more we work, the harder we work, the more the results, the better the results. So if we are not able to achieve something, it's because of us. But you actually shattered it for me, and you just made me realize that there are some things that are really not in everybody's control. Your efforts can be in your control and not the
result.
The result. So that was, I still remember it, sir. So, and I will always remember it, because it takes a lot of anxiety out of your life.
Yeah. So, what happens is, with every human being, we're always trying to complete ourselves with something outside of us. Whether that completion we're looking inside another person, whether we're looking it through some goal that we achieve, or some validation that some people will come and give us. Until these things don't happen, we are always feeling that we're incomplete. So what we're essentially learning is that we are all complete. You know, it's just that we don't believe it yet. We don't think it yet. So the moment we start believing it, and how do you believe it is by truly recognizing who you are, which is you are not your circumstances. You are not what is happening in your life. You are you. But we think we are our circumstances.
Yes.
The moment that separation we are able to recognize, it's easier to not get affected by our circumstances, because we are whole and complete inside of us. So that's very important to understand.